player would never allow that.
Yeah, so I hope in this game we see Aztecs maybe do a rush or a timing push at some point, and
Yeah,
we
you
will
pretty much
see. It's
have
up to Japan to defend it. Oh, switching
But
to Brits
Osmane
and
is
Dutch.
switching, yeah. He does not want to click into an unfavorable matchup, and Japan against Aztec is not the easiest thing.
Yes, Dutch on the other hand, for Jerome is his main civ and has been for years, and
Osmane
that
is
isn't-
agreeing to it.
yeah, it looks like it. Okay, then we can start. Jerome as Dutch versus KINGofOsmane as British. Really interested.
I feel like Jerome is slightly favored in this matchup just because I just thought Dutch is just his civ.
Yes.
It's the one he's most familiar with. He feels incredibly comfortable with it. It's got a lot of buffs in the recent patch.
Yes, on the other hand, Brit has gone unchanged. So, in the right of the map, in the color orange, of course, we have Jerome, of course, playing Dutch. I mean, it's all adding up, right? And
in the color orange, of course.
Yes, in the west of the map, we have KINGofOsmane playing as the British, the color green. And yeah, we were just discussing what we think of this matchup. Of course, it used to be quite Brit's favorite, but now on the EP, I think Dutch has a very good chance against British.
You're also heading towards a lot of food treasures over here.
Yes, let's take a look. 90 food.
He also
80
passed
food.
the 60 food one.
Yeah, he's now taking it. KINGofOsmane has not scouted a single food treasure yet, but might be scouting this native scout, which is definitely going to help him. And there's also another 90 food down here below.
Yeah, Jerome knows of a lot of food treasures if he keeps this scouting pattern up.
Yeah,
I'm not
and that's
sure how
definitely going
this
to
got
help.
scouted.
Another 90 food. I don't think so, but we will see.
Well, I have the Fog of War turned off, and for some reason it's visible. I guess it's because of the native TP.
Yes, probably. Now he's taking the 90 food, and it's probably going contested because KINGofOsmane is in the very south of the map, so
He's
he
going to
might
get
just
his
be
90
taking
food
all those
instead,
food
though.
treasures.
I don't think Jerome can finish this 90 food and get to the bottom of the map here to contest this other one in time. So they're just going to trade 90 food treasures here. Although Jerome
Yes.
already did get a 61 before that. So a lot of food being picked up from treasures here for both players.
Yes. We see KINGofOsmane starting with a market. Immediately has both hunting dogs and Gangsaw. He probably feels so comfortable with his 90 food that he thinks Gangsaw, before even aging up, is the way to go. I definitely like having Gangsaw early on, especially if you're going longbows later. But
Yeah,
we will see if it actually is going to pay off. Jeroen, on the other hand, just making villagers. Chopping wood with his villagers. He's now aging, so he's going to construct a bank.
And Jerome
Doing
actually
transition.
has another food treasure in his base if he wants it.
Yes, and getting the 80 food now. 3
That
villagers
one might
coming
get
out.
contested though, depending on how fast his bear can die and the scouting pattern of
No,
Osmane's
it
Explorer,
won't.
but yeah,
He
didn't
won't
go
be in
for
time.
it.
So the only things left here are basically the native scout and tomahawk.
There's a rifleman there as
Rifleman. Yeah, but that's not too important, I think.
Yeah, neither player are probably gonna go for a forward base here, so something like a Tomahawk or a Rifleman not quite as valuable as it would be against something like Russia or Aztec.
Yes, we do see a villager going forward for KINGofOsmane. It could either be for hunting, but I don't think.
I
that
think it's
will
for
be
herding,
the case.
because he's also sending one over here, so...
Yes, exactly. In this case, I think British will go for an H2 push when Dutch is not at their strongest point yet, because once Dutch reaches H3, it's really going to be hard to defend from that. But in H2, Brit definitely has the better economy and the better military composition, so I think he has to make something happen in H2.
Okay, yeah, it's probably for a forward base, and he's not herding yet, so it kind of has to be a forward
He
base
should
now.
like shoot it once just to hurt it a little bit closer. I would definitely like to see that. But yeah, it's for a forward manor house, giving
He
him
actually
line of
has exotic
sight.
hardwoods in his deck.
exotic hardwoods, we've seen it before, and even Virginia Company. Both of them not going to be used just yet. For Jeroen, the deck is nothing unusual. He has Colonial Militia.
He doesn't have Swiss Pikemen, he has the Black Riders instead. I know Jeroen likes the Swiss Pikemen quite a bit, usually.
Yes, but maybe against the British he rather has the Black Riders.
Yeah, it makes sense as well, because Brits really loves their hussars.
Yes.
And they also have, you know, musketeers, a lot of them, and Swiss pikes are not the greatest against musketeers.
So, for Jeroen, his stable going up in the back, so it won't go down that fast, and the bank going up in the front, because he just wants that line of sight, and like it functions as a wall right here, because it has 4k
Has a
HP.
lot of hit points, twice as much as a market.
Yes, I like how he's scouting with his envoy just to see where all the villages are gathering. So when his first hussar can go out, he can go like up to this villager and just take it down quickly and then
the
go
forward
back.
barracks, by the way.
Yeah, he scouted the entire.
There's spikes in queue
base.
actually for Osmane.
Yeah, he probably just wants first a few pikes against the hussar, and maybe add longbowmen later on.
I feel like
Bank
if Jeroen
wagon.
ships Colonial Militia, this is just going to become useless pretty fast. Pikes just get one-shot by Colonial Militia TC.
Yes, but on the other hand, you don't really want to spend things on Colonial Militia if the enemy is not going to attack you very hard. So.
Well, obviously Jeroen shouldn't send it if it's just like 5 pikes to run around and catch hussar raids, but if he sees like another batch of pikes being made here with his Explorer, or maybe even a third batch of pikes, then I would probably ship Colonial Militia.
Yes, perhaps that's the right idea. 5 hussar going out for Jeroen, immediately taking down the Explorer of KINGofOsmane in his own base.
Longbows are the next unit in queue, so it's not gonna be a super hard pike rush. He's just going to get some pikes to protect his longbow, and then poke a bit with the bows, but he actually only got 2 out, so that's a bit of a mistake.
Yes, that isn't so great indeed. I like how he's using his pikemen now to defend against the hussar, but still this villager might get caught here. Just because his pikemen are in his base and not...
Osmane sees it in time.
Oh,
so
he sees
he's
it
fine.
in time. Yes, definitely nice for him. That villager is going to be safe. He took a hit on the hussars.
Longbow even getting a couple of shots off as well, and Osmane is sending double wood crates, so
he's
either he
definitely
wants a
going
lot of
for
manners, or he really wants to commit to this bow pike.
Well, now he's going up his second barracks, so he's probably just going to try to boom a bit more, and after that start spamming units, and just when Dutch is aging, he's going to do some kind of attack. At least that is...
Jeroen is not aging though,
theory.
he's staying H2, he has skirmishers in queue, he has more hussar in queue, he's getting more banks, so Jeroen is not aging for a while.
He's not... Yes, exactly, and I think that's a good call.
Yeah, when you see pikemen like this, you know that your opponent is going to at least, maybe not rush you, but at least put on some sort of pressure. You don't go defensive bow pike, usually.
Yes, and you don't wanna lose like all your houses and your stable against 15 pikemen.
Or even worse, your banks.
Yes, exactly. So I think it's a right call here, now taking this treasure. Looks like it.
Brits is actually mixing in his stable now.
700 coin for your ROM, okay. So...
I guess he's
To
gonna go
me-
quite heavy on coin units then. Or maybe he just wants to switch all
Or-
the villagers of coin and do the age up now.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what he will do. Doesn't look like he's going to save for an age up.
No, he has more stuff in queue, so I guess it's just to fund more units.
700 coin for KINGofOsmane, and he's definitely going to try some hussar play here. We see 29 villagers on foot and the rest on the coin crate, so he's probably trying to add some hussar, and I think that's the right call. I mean, skirmishers and hussar can't really counter hussar alone.
Jeroen is actually housed at the moment. And he doesn't have the wood to make a house.
I would probably just buy 100 wood on the market.
Oh,
He's
for
got
sure.
enough coin.
But there
Looks
is
like
a
this.
fight going on, well, not a fight, Jeroen is sieging down the 4 barracks, and there's a lot
Yes.
of hussar for Jeroen here. I don't know
He's
there's
going
enough
to
pike
try
and
to
muskets
use his
deal with this.
longbowman here for the range, which definitely helps, picking off a few units.
8 pikes is the
can-
next shipment for Jeroen, so he really wants
4
to put on
hussar
pressure
coming
now.
out for KINGofOsmane. Barracks definitely going down now. And he hasn't done too much damage with his longbow. A lot of units coming for Jeroen here.
I'm not sure if these longbow can actually win against this skirmish, especially not with just how many Hussar there are here. They have to be really careful.
Yes.
And I think that was Osmane's only barracks. Or no, wait, he
He's
made a
got
second
another one right here.
But still, his infantry production is going to be slowed down quite a bit by the loss of that barracks, and yeah, he's remaking a second one.
Yes, and now that he has even got 8 pikes out, Jeroen definitely wants to push in here. 5 settlers going out for King of Osmane, that's not going to help him right now. I'm definitely curious to see what Osmane is how he's going to react to this.
I feel like he needed to ship maybe 6 bows there or something, or perhaps even one of the musketeer upgrade cards, depending on how many more he wants to make.
Yes, those 5 villagers definitely going to help to gain an advantage in economy. As you can see, he's 7 population up in economy. But on the other hand, Jeroen is 10 population up in military count. And now the fight is going on. And the pikemen definitely in a good position for Jeroen, taking out a lot of hussars. Longbowmen doing a lot of damage, but in the end,
Promise the Hussar
musketeers
mass.
going out in melee, but the skirmish mass is probably too big, and the musketeers going out so fast.
Minutemen being called for Osmane, but I feel like it's
yes, now the hussars are all on the longbowmen and they're all going down, even Minutemen being called, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There are still a lot of skirmishers left, and
there's more longbow in the tree line here though, which are quite covered at the moment.
Yes, but against 20 of those skirmishers, I don't think it's going to help too much, and I think that this is really a decisive battle right here.
Yeah, he's also losing quite a bit of villagers here.
All those longbowmen should go down if he's going to micro his hussar correctly. He has 13 hussars left. Minutemen on low HP now, losing a lot of villagers, King of Osmane.
Yeah, he's actually behind
6
it.
musketeers going
6
out.
Musketeers.
At the right time from his town center, but still.
Well, too early in my or too late in my opinion.
Yes, definitely too late, and against
so many skirmishers. Oh, but 3 hussar for Osmane though, which are going to get on these skirmishers.
still has got some hussar on his own and going to try to defend the skirmishers.
Which is a smart choice, in my opinion. More hussar coming in for Jeroen here, and I think that's going to seal the deal.
Yes, that is sealing the deal right here. Those extra 5 hussars, King of Osmane scouting it and thinking GG. Well, that was
losing more villagers over here.
Interesting game. I definitely thought Jeroen would try to do some fortress play, but it seems like he just used his advantage in H2. He definitely got a strong economy in H2 now with all the buffs and such.
So yeah, the first game goes to Jeroen. This is still a best of 3, so if Osmane does not win the next game, he is out. And if he does win the game, we go to a game 3, of course.
But Jeroen has already used his Dutch civilization now, and he's going to have to change to something else, something he's less familiar with.
The thing is though, Osmane would most likely want to play Japan here now, and Jeroen still has his Aztecs ready for that.
Yes, but on the other hand, Jeroen has to pick a civ first, so King of Osmane can always react to that. And if he thinks I'm comfortable with playing Japan here, he can always do that.
I'm not sure what civs Jeroen plays besides Dutch and India. Those are the only 2 civs I've really seen him play.
Looks like a lot of people have lost their money right now. Definitely nice to see that. there has been 10,500 points bet on the result 2-0 for King of Osmane. So 10,500 points already lost, and we're only one game in.
Don't underestimate the Dutch people.
Definitely interesting matchup. King of Osmane versus Jeroen. I didn't know what to think of it when I had to bet.
I'm not part of the betting thing. I'm
No,
not a
really
betting
not.
man.
Well, I definitely like to see what the community thinks is going to be the winner, you know.
Ooh, Jeroen going for Russia here.
Russia, okay. He is locking it in. King of Osmane might not be comfortable with playing Japan against Russia, but we will see.
Especially on Cascade range.
Yes, of course. Maybe he's going to try Germany or something. Or maybe even India. I'm not quite sure.
I think you could play Japan in this, but you'd have to play it differently than you normally would. But King of Osmane definitely in the tank here, not sure what to lock in. And yeah, he is going for the Japan.
Locking in Japan. He's greening up, so he's quite sure of his decision.
Although he has ungreen, so maybe he wants to think about it a bit more.
Yeah, that could be. He is, of course, has the right to think about his decision. Well, Jeroen has locked in Russia and cannot change his civilization. Because he won the previous game, he has to pick first.
I do hope this goes to a game 3, because then we can see some water, and I do like that. Maybe we get to see another game like the one yesterday from Sompokunko against Marco. That third game was amazing.
So, I hope King of Osmane can make up his mind. Jeroen is definitely ready for this. I'm going to take a quick look at Jeroen's decks. He's only got two different decks. A Spice Trade deck and a Water deck. Jeroen might do some kind of water shenanigans.
That could be very interesting on this map. I think the water's pretty bad, but you know.
But Jeroen hates water, so
Yeah, I think Jeroen doesn't want this to go to a game 3. I think that if Jeroen had lost the first game, he might have just actually considered the entire series, because no matter what, either he loses or it goes to game 3.
He's asking if I'm ready. Of course I'm ready, but
He still needs to green up.
Yes.
okay, he's ready too, and the game is starting, ladies and gentlemen. Jeroen versus King of Osmane on a map Cascade Range.
And we get to see Japan! Woo!
Yeah. Well, I like that we're seeing Russia, to be honest. So, quickly going to introduce in the top left of the map in the color orange, we have Jeroen playing as Russia, and in the top no, bottom right of the map, we have KINGofOsmane in the color green playing as Japan, and it's going to be a 200 wood start for Russia, which either helps building a market or helps him with his first blockhouse. We
Japan
do
has
see
a
a
3
lot
wood
of
start, which they really like.
yes, definitely good.
Even
for
an
early
in-base wood
concept.
treasure as well. He doesn't need to chop a single bit of wood in H1.
Yeah, that's definitely good for Japan. Also, we see a lot of small beaver treasures.
As usual.
As usual, we have another 10 of them.
Oh, so many beavers.
Always those beavers. Yeah, Jeroen already picking up 50 food, definitely going to help him.
There's also another very nice wood treasure over here, which I'm sure Japan would love.
Yeah, Japan already got 40 wood, which means he doesn't have to chop any wood for his first shrine. Jeroen taking all those beaver treasures. I mean, once you have played this map a few times, you probably know where all the beaver treasures are. KINGofOsmane very smart, scouting with his orchard rickshaw and thus scouting the 40 wood probably before Jeroen. But Jeroen going right to the treasure now, so we might see some treasure contention here. I hope Jeroen just shoots the bear and gets on with it. But KINGofOsmane going there too. They're doing a little dance.
Osmane needs to pull his second explorer to that treasure if he wants it. But
Yes.
I don't think he's going to be in time. The crackshot is probably up any time now, and yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but Osmane is just getting all the beaver treasures, which all also really help him.
He needs to
Getting
stop
up
making
the
the shrine,
shrine.
pick up the treasure quickly. Hiram's gonna get it.
Oh, that that sucks. Yes, he should have got that. Anyways, his shrine on the enemy hunt, definitely good for him. Market up for Russia, but he doesn't have a single upgrade yet. He's not researching any upgrade. He probably just wanted to build a market either for XP or to sell some coin. Now he's got hunting dogs finally.
I think he was waiting for some more beaver treasures to get that hunting dogs.
Yes, that could probably be. Getting extra 50 food, and for Japan, food treasures are even better than for other shifts because you can keep making fills while you're aging. So, and food treasure always speeds up your age up time.
Yeah, I think that Osmane is actually going to age up before Hiram is.
Well, it
Oh,
depends.
that's a building rotator. That's a game loss. I
That
think
is-
Jim told me that.
That's indeed not allowed, I'm afraid.
I'd have to. Oh, well, this really sucks.
Should we just tell him now or ask Jeroen if he's okay with it or something?
I'm pretty sure Jim told us that no matter what, it's just a game loss. They don't want to deal with it anymore. It happened too many times, and we told them too often. I'm just gonna look it up.
Okay, you go look that up, and meanwhile, I'm just going to keep commentating like nothing happened. We have Jeroen aging up, and indeed, KINGofOsmane aging up before him, but of course, that's because he's got 2 villagers on his wonder. Even building a wall right now to totally seal off his base, so he's definitely scared of early Russia pressure, which is logical because he's also got 2 villagers in front, probably going to build a forward blockhouse. And we see, of course, Japan shrining up in the north of the map, and he has scouted the blockhouse, which is good for him, even trying to do some damage on it right now. I would like to see his explorer in the north be used a bit more, maybe to shrine a bit or to scout. It's now being idle. But he's going to get scared away from Vodka Sputnik.
Yes, I found it. It's Bramboy. If someone uses the rotator mod in game, it equals a loss for the one using the rotator mod.
Oh, well, then we should probably just tell him that's right.
Yeah.
That really sucks, man. I mean,
Yeah.
he probably didn't even know about it, and Jeroen doesn't even care. I'm not quite sure if that's... okay, he's just saying.
Well, this really sucks.
Yeah, that really sucks. I would have loved to see KINGofOsmane in Rom.
Just look at the beautiful walls as well. This would have been a
Yeah,
glorious
it's
game.
definitely a great base with only not so much wood spent on
And
it.
Strelets coming out for the first batch as well, so Jeroen would have really struggled sieging on his ult. But neither of them is actually stopping. I guess they just want to play it out anyway.
Yeah, if they really want to, then we shouldn't be the one to.
But yeah, so I guess they're gonna continue playing anyway, but Osmane did lose this game because of the Road Eater mod, so Jeroen takes the series, but apparently they still want to play. So I guess we'll just continue casting it. The
It
shipments
looks
are
like
very
it,
standard in H1.
Yeah, 13 Strelets for Jeroen, trying to put on some early pressure. He did kill a wall, but KINGofOsmane just built a second one behind it. So he's still very safe in his base. And with Yuumi, with 18 range, he can outrange those Strelets. So Jeroen is going to have a hard time pushing in here. On the other hand, Jeroen is doing Placer Mine, so he's not forgetting about his eco.
Yeah, this is very good base building by Osmane, and Jeroen smartly realizes that if he pushes in like further here, then Osmane can just very easily reinforce with more layers of walls, so he's going to the other places. But again, Osmane just preemptively
Yuumi.
making more reinforcement walls, very smart.
And Russia has not an answer to Yuumi in this stage, because those Strelets with 14 range are their biggest ranged unit.
Yeah, they
And of
rely on
course-
Cossacks, but that doesn't work if the Yuumi are behind walls.
Yes, of course, they have Cossacks, and Strelets are very cost efficient, but Yuumi against walls is just very hard to break at this point.
Yeah, Jeroen's sending 700 wood next. He knows he's not going to break us anytime soon, so he's, reinforcing his infrastructure behind this, maybe getting some more market upgrades, maybe
Yes.
some more blockhouses for map control, sieging down some shrines. He knows he
I
can't
like
walk
how
in
he's
there.
sieging down those shrines. That definitely is going to help give him a bit of an advantage, because KINGofOsmane has got a lot bigger eco right now. Everybody in the chat saying let them to play the game. Yes, we're of course letting them play if they want to, but it should be noted that KINGofOsmane probably just lost this game because he used it, regardless of what the outcome of this game is going to be. So we're just going to keep casting it, and afterwards we will talk about it. Stable coming up, 700 wood to his forward blockhouse. Yes, he probably thinks he needs some Cossacks to deal with the
I'm just
Yuumi.
not sure how he's going to get past the walls with those Cossacks. I guess it's just to make sure that Osmane doesn't start raiding with Ashes. And
Well,
stuff like
I
that.
think once Jeroen has got enough Cossacks and maybe a few Musketeers, he can just push in here and siege it down. I mean, it's only 1500 HP, right? So it's probably going to go down pretty fast. I also like how he's killing all those shrines over here.
Yeah, he mainly needs to get the Explorer down, though, otherwise Osmane can just rebuild them.
Yes,
Shrine's
that-
still on wood for Osmane.
600 coin coming from Osmane could either mean a big mass coming or an age shop.
I think he's trying to age, judging by his macro.
Trying to age, yes. 700 resources of food and gold in his bank, and that's going to indicate an age up from him. So
And if
he's
he
going
gets
to
to
try
Fortress, I think he is in a very good position, as long as he doesn't die, of course.
Yes, he should get to Fortress
And
without
building more
being
walls.
damaged too much. Now the Wander's coming up with 8 villagers, the Golden Pavilion.
If he can finish that wonder before the Russians are in his base, and he can ship flaming arrows, and they are protected by the walls, it's going to be very difficult for Jeroen to push in there.
And that's definitely going to happen. I would
reinforcing
say,
with
because
even
of the
more
double
walls.
Yes. On 2
Very
places
smart.
he's got double walls now, so he's definitely going to age up. But on the other hand, he just keeps killing those shrines over here, and he should also kill them over
Osmane is
here.
still quite far ahead in Eco Pop though, and he also just has really good market upgrades. He's only missing Imperial Bureaucracy.
Yeah, I would like Jeroen to do some more market upgrades, steel traps preferably, because he only is running on hunting dogs.
He also needs to get out a couple batches of musketeers just because these rebels are so inefficient at sieging. And yeah, now every single place in Osmane's base is reinforced with a double layer of wall.
Yes, and there's not really much Jerome can do against it at this point. On the other hand, he's stacking a lot of food, so there might be 700 coin coming for an H-up. I'm not quite sure. Oh no, now he's spending all of his coin.
I feel like if Jerome doesn't do something soon here, he's just going to get absolutely crushed. Japan in H3 can field probably the most powerful army in the game in Fortress.
But Boyar's coming out, which definitely helps his units being a lot more cost efficient.
Yeah,
and
his
of course
Cossacks are really good now, and so are his Strelets. The problem is, of course, once these Yumi get way of the bow, it doesn't matter how good these Strelets are. They are just going to get outranged so badly. Even the third layer of walls coming in for Osmane here.
Yeah, he's not really. Well, he still is a little bit scared of the Russian army. It seems like he's not confident yet.
And Europe finally now putting some pressure on this Toshugo Shrine. 1000
Yes,
wood coming out for Osmane. I really like that. 1000 wood is such a good shipment for Japan.
That's definitely true, but on the other hand, I would have liked to see 2 flaming arrows, because he is going to lose his Toshugo Shrine, which definitely is going to be... I'm not quite sure if it shows in the recalculated unit population.
It does.
Yeah, I think it does. So that's definitely going to be a lot of damage for him if it actually goes down, but it seems like it will. Only 1500 HP left.
But he still has like another wall behind the Toshugo Shrine. And it's not that many villagers worth he's losing.
No,
It of course matters, but I mean, look at this. He's building a TC. He's probably going to make a third TC as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't have that much shrines on the map anyways. He's only got 2 right here, and another 2 here.
Yeah, so the Toshugo Shrine matters even less than it normally does.
That is, of course, true.
And like, once he gets these 3 TCs up and going, like, not only is his Vil population just going to get very high very fast, but it's also just almost impossible to push into that. These are 3 TCs which could possibly house 10 villagers and do insane damage. Without cannons, I don't think Osmane can ever push into this base, or Hiram can ever push into this base anymore.
Yes, but he's now saving for an H-up, 700 coin.
Yeah, that's very good.
And now he's going to try to H-up and perhaps get Falconets.
He really needs those.
Another shrine going down. But of course those Yumi now getting very strong with Disciplined upgrade and also the Golden Pavilion.
And yeah, he did also get Imperial Bureaucracy, so Osmane's villagers are just gathering incredibly fast compared to Yurom's.
The shrine's immediately going back up, but on the other hand, he keeps those shrine count very low. King of Osmane running is actually pop now on 80 pop. So he has to start building shrines with no animals on them, which definitely hurts his eco. A castle coming up, he wants to build some flaming arrows, I assume.
Or he just wants some more protection, but yeah, it's most likely for the flaming arrows.
Yeah, castles for protection are like
they are very expensive outposts.
Yes. 2 orchard rickshaws, because of course he has to keep gathering food. And that's a bit of a disadvantage for King of Osmane. I mean, there are a lot of berries on this map, but he has got no map control.
Yeah, I mean, he even has one of the berry patches just behind his walls. I'm not sure if these 2 orchards were really needed.
I'm not quite sure if he has scouted them.
He does. He knows they're there. They're in vision of his wall even, and
yes,
very smartly
I mean,
getting even
like,
more walls up.
I can hardly see them on the background.
Oh yeah, I get you mean, yeah.
I'm not quite sure if he knows they are there, you know.
He needs to get his Ashigarus to veteran though, and he is doing... No wait, that's Shirom getting veteran Strelets, never mind. He's even getting the wood upgrades from his market now.
2 Falconets coming out, but if King of Osmane is really making flaming arrows, then it's definitely going to be hard. Yeah, 2 flaming arrows coming out of his castle. So those Falconets are in a dangerous position.
Yeah, there is a lot of Cossacks there though, so these flaming arrows have to be really careful that they don't overextend. Another barracks going up for Osmane. He still is on the Portuguese consulate, actually. I feel like that should be changed.
Yes, I would definitely like to see the Japanese consulate right now. I mean, he's not building that many buildings anymore, so the Portuguese bonus isn't that big anymore.
And notably, Osmane does not have the Nagi HP card in his deck, which is really good. Especially when you see this many Strelets.
Yeah, against this
I don't think
big
he
massive
needs
Strelets-
Royal Mint and Refrigeration against Russia. I heard the Falconet shooting somewhere. Where are they? Oh, they're hitting. They're very nicely hiding in the trees.
Yes. Jerom's still not running on steel traps, by the way, which
Ooh.
I would say he definitely needs that. It's been 50 minutes, so it has paid off a few times for itself now. Flaming arrows shooting at the Strelets. Definitely doing some damage, but of course they are veteran Strelets with bowyers on them, so they don't die as quickly as they normally would.
Yeah, they actually have more HP than the Mace Holton at the moment.
Yes, and it costs less. Only 45 resources. A lot of shrines going up for Osmane in his own township.
Those are not on hunt though, but you know, they
Yes.
still got it at 0.15 due to the Heavenly Kami shipment.
Yeah, but it takes so long for them to pay off. 0.15 for...
Well, you still need them for house space, so
Yes, that is true.
well, might as well build them.
So, King of Osmane also sent 7 villagers.
I
So
feel
definitely
like
a
that's
huge
not
lead.
needed.
He's got a huge lead in economic, but a girlfriend coming out from Jeroen, and I think he's got like twice the population, and it's go time. for him.
Coverings are really difficult for Japan to deal with if they don't make their Cav Archer. The
Yeah, but on the other
Yabusama, I
hand,
think it's called.
Flaming arrows only have 2 less range than girlfriend, so you might be able to just go in there and shoot it.
I think that 2 Flaming Arrows will beat a single Coverant, but once there's 2 Coverants it becomes really difficult for Japan.
Yes, that's definitely true. Let's see where his artillery foundry is. Oh, it's right here. Another 2 Falconets coming out. 4 Falconets now.
Yeah, at
And
this point, Osmane just really needs to get the Yabusames. There is just too many artillery for Yoram, and Flaming Arrows alone are not going to be able to deal with it. Yeah, and there we go, he has some Yabusame, and these absolutely shit on artillery.
yeah, they do so much damage against Falconets. It's
These are
absolutely
basically
ridiculous.
Japan's Coverants.
Yes, 11 versus 8. I mean, they are not that great against cavalry, but against all kinds of artillery, they are absolutely wrecking it.
They are also really good at tanking ranged unit. They have 240 hit points and 50% ranged resist.
Yeah, the resist is absolutely ridiculous also.
Ooh, and the Yumi are
So
stacked up
here-
very clumped up here. But the Covenant goes down, and now these Flaming Arrows are... Well, Flaming Arrow, one of them went down, is uncontested pretty much until some more of these walls go down and the Cossacks can go through.
Yeah, Osmane definitely profiting from his walls, but on the other hand, the
The Falconets are going to go down here though, and then these Yumi with Way of the Bow now and Veteran upgrade are going to be really strong against this very difficult to go through choke. Oh, there's more Falconets coming though, and I think that's going to be the game because Osmane has no anti-artillery anymore. And while Yumi can deal with Falconets in low numbers, once there's like more than 2, it becomes quite difficult, especially when there's also Cossacks hitting them.
Yeah, and he's calling the GG. Too many
yeah,
Russian
Romans
units
too.
right
Oh.
in space, so it looks like those flaming arrows could not have killed all the artillery, and he's calling GG. 2-0 for Jerome, and yeah, even
I feel like a lot of people lost money here. Oh, look at how many gates Osman actually made. I feel like that might have been a bit of a mistake. That's a lot of wood.
How many what did you say?
Gates. Like, look at how much wood he has in gates here. Oh, Osman was actually trying to go industrial, I think. Look at how much
Yes.
food he has.
2500 food stacked up.
So yeah, that was the live cast. I think we will now go